What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video. And again, your boy Doody has to drop some commentary style videos on last night's Not So Smart Guys. And this particular section your boy Doody was to comment on is the Kiwi bank leaks. That's right. As you guys know, anybody in the Vortex, several years ago, some detractor decided that they were tired of Phil's nonsense. And actually, this guy wasn't a detractor. He was actually a viewer. Got tired of Phil's nonsense and lies and wanted to debunk the many lies that Phil had told throughout the years, and decided that they wanted to extract his bank's statements and make them available to the internet. And yeah, the gentleman was successful. Now, I'm not Doody isn't saying he approves of that or anything. That was illegal. It was something that shouldn't have been done, but it happened and the information is out there. So apparently PPP wanted to get down to the whole Kiwi bank leaks. Yeah, so let's listen in. Let's see what retcon or lie Phil has to say about the bank leaks, right? And we'll provide some commentary. So let's go.
Submitted by so look, this is what I'm confused. Okay, and this is going back to the past, and this is like the hardest question you're gonna get on Grill
I'm ready.
Phil. Let's get the flames going.
Okay.
For this edition of Grill Phil. So this is a question that comes from the Kiwi Farms, Phil.
Oh, the Kiwi Farms, the most reliable people on the planet.
They've been really pestering me, and so they were a bunch of clips, and they're saying, so it turns out the bank leaks aren't even your transactions, right?
Okay. Yes.
They're not your. Are they? No, but I'm confused now. Are they your transactions or are they not your transactions?
I've said a million times it's not. I can't wait to hear what they have to say about it now. I really can't. So let's go ahead. What did they say about them today?
No,
I can't.
This is what they're saying is that they're not actually your transactions. That you said that they're not your transactions. And then the question is, if they're not your transactions, why did you report it to the bank?
Why did I report what to the bank?
The bank leaks. Didn't you call the bank and ask? You never reported anything to the bank or to the police?
I never. No. Here, I already told this full story. I'll tell it again. I guess you didn't hear the full story.
No, I'm confused because I don't know if the leaks are real or if they're fraudulent.
The leaks are bullshit.
What's going on?
Here's what happened, okay? Someone socially engineered one of my accounts. I can't tell you what account it is because there may be some stuff going on with it. Let's just put it that way, okay? I had an account.
So I'm gonna stop you here. First of all, he lied. He did admit that he reported it to the police, and the police told them we don't deal with that. We don't deal with that kind of crime. We only deal with sex trafficking, right? The second thing is, yes, he did. He actually came on stream the next day and claimed identity theft. He claimed that someone stole his identity, and it had to do with his banks. This third thing he did is he actually claimed that people stole money from that account. People stole, it was initially $3,000, and it was $9,000, and then he retconned it back to $1,000. So again, Phil, you can't keep your fucking lies straight. So I like the way they framed this question because they made it seem like, okay, Phil, the bank leaks are a lie. Then what did you report to the bank? Because Phil, of course, did report this to his bank. Now, this nonsense about, oh, there's some no, nobody's doing shit about it. This was like 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago. No one's doing anything about it. Okay, Phil, please stop. Please stop with this. You sound like Wings when he talks about he has the FBI agent in his pocket and the FBI agent is out there, looking to fight internet crimes. So please stop, Phil. So I like the way this is going with the question. And of course, PPP knows that the bank leaks are real. Anyone that does just the slightest investigating and looking at the leaks and comparing to what Phil did on his days off and pulled up the days off on the bank leaks, clearly see that they perfectly match. If he had sushi, you would see a transaction there for a sushi restaurant. If you went to the pet store, you would see a pet whatever PetSmart or wherever he went to. If he went to the grocery stores, you would see a Fred Meyer's transaction there, and on and on and on.
Someone socially engineered it. The moron who worked for the company thought it was me, reset the account and gave someone access to one of my accounts. It wasn't my bank account. Okay? But this account was linked.
It was one of your accounts. So it was like.
That's not true, Phil. God, he's such a fucking liar. This is why people despise him. This is what happened. During the bankruptcy filing, you have to fill out your information, and that information, the filing is public. They blot out the first 6 digits of the first 5 digits of your social security number, but they leave the remaining 4. Since Phil has put all of his information out there, right? From where he went to school, where he lived, where he grew up, what hospital, whatever. There are specific codes for, like, the first 3 digits and the first 5 digits of social security numbers. Those are based on your location and your region, by the way. So never give out your social security number, even if it's your last 4. And especially if you're an internet personality and people know who you are and have your information, they can easily socially engineer your social security number. It's not hard. You know, I'll give you an example. If you live in, let's say you live in South Jersey, and this is just an example. Let's say you grew up in Camden. You were born in Camden, New Jersey, and, you know, at a hospital. And someone knows that. Well, they know that Camden, New Jersey, these specific areas or whatever, you know, you probably have one of 5 different social security numbers. Your first three digits are one of like 5. So it's very easy to figure out. Like, you don't have to sit there and manually figure out, 10,000 combinations. You don't need to do that. So this person had plenty of time on their hands, and they were able to socially engineer what Phil's whole social security number is. Then they went into the bank account and they tried accessing it using the social security number, and they figured it out. That's how they did it, Phil. The person actually talked about how they did it on the forums, and how he was able to get your social security number, Phil.
Like your credit card statement, or
I'm not going to say what it was, but something like that, okay?
Right.
They got access to
it. Was his bank statement. It was his Bank America bank statement.
That account had access to my personal banking information. Now, did they have the numbers? No, but had access to take money out of my bank account. Okay?
Because if it wasn't your account, why?
That's not possible, Phil. That's not possible. You're lying. No one took money out of your account. And the other thing, Phil, is you retconned it. You said it was initially 3,000, then it was 6,000, then it was 9,000, then it was 1,000. Then you said nothing was taken out. It wasn't it wasn't anything. You're a fucking liar, man. This guy is such a fucking liar, bro.
Why would you care or even be addressing it, right? So it was one of your accounts.
The things that we're talking about, like the bank leaks, had nothing to do with me. Like that, I don't know where they got that shit from, or if they made it up or whatever. I had something else completely unrelated with my bank happen.
On the same exact day, folks, on the same exact day the bank leaks came out, Phil had an identity crisis. That's what Phil wants you to believe. Phil wants you to believe that it happened the same exact day.
And they put 2 and 2 together and say, oh, well, you see, because something happened with this bank, that must mean that all these leaks are authentic, but they're not. But this person was actually using a socially engineered account to steal money out of my account and make false payments to other companies that didn't need to be paid anything. So one day I'm getting a ping in my phone. It's like, you're overdrawn. What? How the hell am I overdrawn?
WWE champion. That's why you're
sending
overdrawn.
Thousands of dollars of payments that I don't owe, and they're emptying my bank account out. I'm like, this is fucked. So what happens is when you call your bank, they're like, they don't want to mess around at all. They're like, we're just going to immediately shut everything down. You're frozen. We're going to give you a new account. We don't know what kind of access. And I had to do this with all my finance shit. Like, I had to have all my stuff redone from the ground up. I had payment arrangements with places like that.
The same exact day when the bank leaks came out, this is the events. Phil was off on a particular day. The bank leaks came out on Kiwi Farms, and then he put an announcement out like literally an hour after they came out and said, oh, something happened major, I have a big announcement, blah, 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 blah. And then the next day, he came on his podcast and he claimed identity theft.
The IRS set up. I had to contact the IRS and say, please believe me, I'm not trying to skimp on my payments. They fucked my account and I don't have any money right now. You know, it was a nightmare. And it took me months and months to clean this up. It cost me a lot of money because some companies are very nice about it and they'll be like, we understand it's identity theft or whatever. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Other companies are like, yeah, fuck you. Late fee, back fee, fuck you over. So they really screwed me.
Clarify once and for all, was there a police report or no?
No, I didn't file a formal police report for it. No, I didn't.
And then you didn't directly deal with the bank, or you did?
Oh, I did directly deal with the bank for sure. Like I said, they handled it. They did an investigation and all that.
This is how I understand it within the kingdom of Phil. It's sort of like Oceania in 1984, where for the purposes of calling out the detractors as evil pieces of shit, the bank leaks are real because they're bastards that hacked your account. But for the purposes of denying the transactions, because we don't want to, say that they're real, we say that it wasn't your account and it was never hacked. So simultaneously, both of these concepts are true
and not at the same
time.
Kingdom
of Phil, but not necessarily at the same time. And that's how we reconcile what might be a supposed contradiction on this is whatever actually suits the king's narrative at any given time is the truth and is fucking based. And I honestly see no reason to ever question Phil about this ever again. We need to just accept the doublethink that the king is always right. It's Schrodinger's bank leaks. It serves whatever narrative we need it to do. So, anyway, guys.
Okay, so let me translate what PPP is doing here. PPP is saying nicely, Phil, you're a lying sack of shit. Everyone knows that the bank leaks are real. And I'm glad that I put you on the grill. And look at that face. Look at his fucking face. I'm glad that I embarrassed you to the point where you retconned your story yet again, Phil, and you lied. Now, so a normal person, right? If someone questions them about a story, right? Like if someone said, Doody, I think you're lying about this, right? And I said, no, I'm not lying about it. This is what happened, right? And then they came back and gave me some bullshit like this, like, okay, yeah, sure, wink, wink. We know it's true, but because, we're on your show, we're going to be nice about it. No, I'm going to bounce back and say, no, those aren't fucking real. That didn't happen. This is what happened. So please stop saying that. Like, that's what a normal person would do, because they value their reputation and they don't want to be known as a lying scumbag, right, Phil? Right? It's just like the fucking skit when Phil called PPP out with calling his wife fat, right, Phil? You would think that you would care for the honor of your wife and you would tell fucking PPP, don't call my wife ever again a fat bitch, right? But no, Phil can't do that. So, yeah, this is a win for the detractors 100%, because even PPP knows that he's full of shit. And he just called them out right there for it. He called them out. He said, look, King, we know you're lying, but, because we're here and we have a show and I'm milking you for money, I'm going to let it slide. I'm not going to press you. But if it would have been someone else like RTU or Boogie or someone else, this would have been content for fucking 2 weeks, right? Right, PPP? Anyway, I think it's almost done. Let's keep going.
That's it for Grill Phil.
Yes.
Phil is an awesome fucking sport.
No, he's not a sport. He's a scumbag. He is a scumbag liar. So, in a way, this show, while boring as all fuck, does serve a purpose. And I'll give PPP credit. I wish he would push him a little bit more and call him out for his lies, but I'm glad that he's exposing him. What he's doing is he's exposing these lies. He's bringing them up again. And his viewers get to see it. His viewers get to see it. Like, many of them might not give a shit, but you will have a handful of them that would be that will say to themselves, man, this guy's a fucking scumbag. Why is there so much shit surrounding him? Bank leaks, WWE champions, the multiple lies over and over again. And you know what's going to happen? People are going to be like, I don't want to deal with this nonsense. I don't want to deal with the scumbag liar. And of course, I definitely don't want to support him. So in a sense, it kind of serves a good purpose in that way. But again, like I always say, Phil is his biggest detractor, and he makes more detractors than Doody would ever make. And, I appreciate him for that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.